Cut.
Cut. We need to take 2.
Cut. Reset. Get back to position 1.
Take 1, sound roll 10. Camera speed.
Speed.
Mark.
Guys, playback.
It all started when I was collecting old films about the sinking of the Titanic. I came across one made in Nazi Germany, and turns out it was a part of a whole slew of big melodramas that were made in Germany under the auspices of the Nazis. Then I came across a coffee table book about German film industry during that time period. So what really fascinated me was the stars of that era, their fate after the war and during the war, what kind of films were permitted, what kind of genres were permitted, and what kind of themes could be explored. I was surprised that German films could get away with more eroticism than the ones made in Hollywood during the 30s and 40s. Although the eroticism had to be somewhat unhealthy, it had to have some horrible consequences, which is certainly something I explored in my film, that someone seeking romantic and sexual fulfillment would get horribly punished in the end. Little Mermaid, which is what it's loosely based on, was always one of my favorite fairy tales as a child, especially the original ending, which I felt everyone usually shies away from when they make a movie version out of it.
When I read the script, I thought, wow, this is like a fairy tale coming into life.
The film started out as a film school project. I did not get a lot of encouragement. People thought I was insane for making a pastiche of German films made during World War II.
It was such kind of grand scheme that he had going on. It was completely ridiculous, completely out of our grasp, I think, as students with no money. And that's kind of exactly what made me want to do it.
Making a period piece as a film student or as just an independent filmmaker with no budget is a nightmare. You definitely have to call in favors and make connections. If I weren't friendly with people at the Grant Humphreys mansion, if I didn't have a friend who was like the vice president of a local vintage car club, I don't think I could have pulled it off. So a lot of it was luck, but mostly it was just resourcefulness.
There was a lot of coordination with the beautiful costumes that we had, that Celia had made and Gabriella had made. Evelina Castillo was amazing with the art design. We nailed it. I mean, everybody was just so very professional, and it all came through.
I think there were 9 costume changes, and most of them handmade or hand-styled in some way. The big beautiful dress was made by Celia. She just took it from a photograph and went with it and sculpted it by hand. That's what it felt like. I was wearing a sculpture almost, but everything was hand-picked by Evgueni and our art director, and it was really fun for me just to wear all these beautiful dresses and costumes. Feel a little bit like a doll, you know?
We are dancers.
We are dancers. We will be waltzing in the background.
I play Louise, the girl who's a little bit nervous and scared and then kind of messes everything up and has to pay the consequences.
I play Brigitte, one of the cabaret girls. She's a little bit rambunctious and a little bit brave because she's new, but then her spirit gets crushed just like everyone else's.
No, we need is an actress.
We need hair.
I worked with Lindsay the first time on my last film, Christmas Eve 45. She played 2 separate characters and she was amazing. She looks like she could be straight from the 30s or 40s. She's got those cherubic features. She's very statuesque. So I just had to make another film that's pretty much a homage to her expressive face, to her talent, to her beauty.
My favorite scene is when she's sitting at the table and the reflection on the glass table showing her face, which is in the poster. It was just an amazing shot.
The character of Sybil, the name is taken from a German film star, which actually kind of looks a little bit like Lindsay. In fact, all the character names in the film are taken from famous German film stars. It was tailor-made for her and she was amazing. She delivered more than I could ever think. She was a trooper. I don't know any other actress that would be willing to go into freezing water in early April in a lake in the middle of nowhere and do maybe 6 or 7 takes of that.
Hey, let's get quiet on the set, please. Lock it down for me.
All right, keep open.
This is one of the most important parts in the film.
Yeah.
The butler.
That's why he asked me to do it 2 days ago.
Evgueni has very unique, very signature style that I appreciate. I like that it's a period piece. It was going to be a largely visual piece, and it was centered on the style of the time. There was great care and attention to detail given to cinematography, to costumes, to music. So it was very artfully done, and I really respected that.
I think the style of the cinematography on the Silver Moonlight was actually kind of in contrast to Yev's idea of the period piece that he was going for. You know, during, I think, the 1940s era, there was a lot more wide and static shots, and we did use quite a bit of those, but also I really like to kind of add in a lot of drama, like low-angle shots or high-angle shots. We had quite a bit more movement than a lot of films from that era.
Ev is really great. He is very detailed, very artistic, and he's a wonderful writer.
Yes. Okay, I like that.
It's a roller coaster, you know. He's a perfectionist in the extreme. He has a vision that he wants to accomplish, and there's nothing like working with a director like that. It makes your job easier because he has something in mind and he's going to strive for perfection no matter what. It can mean long days, it can mean working nights, it can mean working weekends, but in the end you're going to be proud of what you've done.
I really liked shooting at the mansion. People there were amazing. They gave us so much time and leeway and carte blanche to do what we wanted and needed.
Gwen Humphreys was a location I found for my last film, and I was pretty much hypnotized by that mansion, by all the potential, by the sitting rooms, the hallways, the dining room. I really felt I needed to make another film there. So when I was writing The Silver Moonlight, the lead role was written specifically for Lindsay, and the mansion scenes were specifically for the Gwen Humphreys.
That is a really fun place to shoot. It's a treat. It's beautiful. It's got its own vibe, you know. You feel like you're in another time, in another place, so it's perfect for a movie like this.
We're still on location down here in the basement, creating what is also known as the cabaret.
And I'm here on the set of The Silver Moonlight. These guys are working really hard.
Working hard, try to do a lot of things at the same time.
I thought the cast and the crew did a really good job pulling this together on short notice.
I'm Mike Cook. I'm the gaffer. I work with Jessica.
My name is Mark Jensen. I am the best boy grip on this particular project, and they're having me play the piano on scene. Got my tux, my bow tie, which I tied myself.
We're doing our initial opening shot for the ballroom scene.
It is the waltz dancing, the fancy party dancing, but also we have a bit of a abstract kind of modern dance business with the death waltz that will be really fun.
So Lindsay, how does it feel to be dancing with death?
It's warm.
Apparently dancing in a turtleneck, a room is full of people and lights, makes the body warm.
Well, we were just finished shooting the church scene, and now we're shooting a scene that actually takes place right before the church scene by these blossoms. It's the last day, actually. I'm a little happy and a little sad, and this is Lindsay, who's our leading lady. So this is Lindsay, she's playing Sybil, the main character. She's with her potential love interest, and he tells her he wants to show her something special, which is where he takes her to his favorite church, where she thinks he wants to propose to her.
I would like to thank all the businesses in the community who have helped make this film possible. If it wasn't for the community businesses, we wouldn't have gotten this far with our film and haven't been able to complete it.
I appreciate everyone's help. My wonderful director of photography, Jessica, pretty much kept the project going, and Eric, who was our leading actor, for sticking through with the project for the reshoots, and Charmaine and Evelina and all the producers who helped keep the thing together, keep it afloat, and actually finish it. I'm happy with it, and I think it showcases my vision and what I was going for. I'm very proud of it.
Loved working with everybody on this film. Everybody put a lot of work into it, so I hope people like it as much as we enjoyed making it.
massive makeup job. This isn't even my face.
I wish we. Oh, we can. Are you charging the other battery right now?
It is charging.
Amazing.
Wait, I pulled it out. Hold up.
Okay.
Beautiful girls.
Yeah.